Okay, today we're going to be performing an experiment called the massive copper and sulfur experiment number 2.5, and our problem in this lab is, does the mass change when copper and sulfur are heated? We're going to start out with copper and sulfur in a test tube, and there's both copper and sulfur in there, and this test tube is going to be sealed with a rubber sheet and a rubber band. We will mass the test tube, the rubber sheet, the rubber band, the copper and the sulfur, and we'll record our data on a data table. That looks like this. I know you can see it, massive everything before we heat. And then we're going to heat this up. And let me show you the setup we're going to use for that. It is going to be a pegboard with a gauze stand. And we slide our test tube in, just like that. We take an alcohol burner, place it under our test tube, just like this. We allow this to heat up until we see a red glow inside the test tube. That's going to take too long for our video purposes, so I'm going to pull this out. I'm going to show you what that test tube will look like when it is heated and that red glow occurs. And this is what it's going to look like. There is going to be a black rock inside of that sealed test tube, still sealed. So something has definitely changed in there. We now have a black rock where before we had just copper and sulfur. We will then take our scale and we will mass our test tube and its contents after heating, and we'll see if in fact the mass has changed. And we write down that number, and in this case we write down the after, 26.00, and we see that we have lost 0.88 grams. So that would be a negative 0.88 change in mass. And that's our lab. And we'll do 2 trials of that.